Man, I had a fucking blast with this movie. It is just the perfect superhero, goofy, fun comic book movie that you've all been waiting for in a time where Marvel has a lot of stuff coming out, and this is Marvel, but, partnered with Sony. Eternals is out. There's a lot of, serious comic book movies lately. Not all of them are just pure fun. The first Venom knew what movie it wanted to be. It balanced the comedy and the action really, really well. And here it is a lot more comedy than action, which is probably the only complaint I have, other than it not getting an R rating. But hey, man, for fucking PG-13, they did pretty good. I'm just gonna spoil a couple of things, so if you don't want to know what I'm gonna say, turn off the video. But when it comes to Carnage, the big fight at the end when Carnage and Venom are fighting, the shit is fucking brutal. I don't know how they got away with a PG-13. Carnage stabs Venom like fucking 10 times. Venom stabs Carnage in the head with a fucking metal bar, and they don't cut away from it. But when it does go to, biting off heads and all that shit, that's when they cut away, and that's how they got away with the PG-13 rating. But for what they did, man, it was fucking good. Like, if I was 13 years old, I highly doubt my mom would have let me watch this movie. Woody Harrelson and Tom Hardy they're just having so much fucking fun with their roles. They're not taking it too seriously. It's the right amount of seriousness and the right amount of goofiness, and it just meshes so well together. And there's a lot more. I wasn't expecting them to develop Cletus at all, but there is actually at least 2 to 3 scenes with him and Tom Hardy just talking before it actually gets into Carnage against Venom, and that doesn't happen until the end. So the movie has a nice amount of build up. It's only a 90-minute runtime. The only complaint I have, I'm not even gonna talk about the R rating. I can go on about that for days and days. I'm just happy we have a Venom movie with Carnage in it. But at this point, the only complaint I have, just one, I just want to nitpick one thing. There's a bit too much comedy here, and it kind of took away the immersion in some scenes. Like near the end, like I said, this is a spoiler review. Sorry about that, guys. This is a spoiler review, but at near the end, fucking Venom goes, "We." He's about to say, "We are Venom," and he goes, "We are," and then he like completely cuts off. But like, it's like one of the coolest lines in the whole movie. I don't know. And there's that scene they just showed. They go out of their way. Venom detaches himself from Eddie, and he goes to fucking, he's hungry. He wants to go kill someone. So I'm like, at least just show. I just want to show. At least do what they did in the first movie. I don't care if you cut away. Just imply that he's biting someone's head off. I don't care if you don't show it. Just show his mouth going and then take it away. I don't care. And then he just throws the guy away. And that fucking scene's like 10 minutes long. And they linger on it for a while. And I get they don't want Venom to kill people. He only wants him to eat bad guys, which he was. But, just throws Buddy away. And there's kind of like a waste of time. At least in the first one, when they went out of their way and they would say, "Hey, we're gonna go kill this guy," they fucking kill him. I was kind of expecting that here. I knew they would, like I said a million times, I knew it was gonna be off screen, but I still would have just liked to see him bite someone's head off like PG-13 style. The only time they do that is at the ending fight. The rest of this movie is like it's just Eddie and Venom just bonding, and then it'll cut back to Cletus and his not really subplot, but like how he gets to be Carnage, how he gets out of prison and all that, and then he finds Shriek, his girlfriend, and then they go after Eddie and Venom. But just a bit too much comedy. I thought the rave scene was fucking hilarious, as you can see it on the internet, but it didn't need to be in there. But at the same time, the movie didn't. It took itself seriously when it needed to and had fun when it needed to. And I guess that's the best part about this is I had fun at the movies with my buddy, just killing ourselves laughing. Some of these jokes were just so good. And there were some really, really good serious moments in here. And not a lot of people are talking about the style of this movie. It is completely different from the first one. Like, because it's a completely different director and producer. And it's a beautiful looking movie. I think it's shot really nice. It has that dingy kind of shitty look to it, but they do that on purpose. I think it really, really suits it. And there's a couple of post-credit scene was awesome, and there's a couple of scenes in here I really, really liked the Carnage, and I thought the fight scene at the end, man, was fucking just better than most MCU fights. They did an awesome job at the end. They were big, like, I don't know, not a huge spectacle, but it was fucking awesome how they did it. I really, really enjoyed the ending fight. I would definitely watch this movie again. It's really hard to compare the two. It's really hard to compare this one to the first one because, like, it's just fucking, I don't know. The first one had a bit more seriousness to it. This one felt a bit more goofy. The first one felt goofy, but when it needed to be, this one, it went on a bit. The jokes just were in, like, every fucking scene. In the first one, it was maybe, like, I don't know, every fourth, fifth scene there would be a joke. But here it's like all the time. Cletus makes a few jokes, which are fine. But sometimes it did ruin the suspense for me. And that's an issue I have with Marvel movies. But, like I said, the movie didn't take itself too seriously and knew what it wanted to be. And the best part about this is just both of the actors having a fucking blast. Woody Harrelson, actually, I don't know why people are making fun of him. I thought he did a really good job. His fucking voice as Cletus is creepy as fuck. His backstory is creepy. They actually do touch on him pushing his grandma down the stairs. And him fucking electrocuting his mom when he was a kid. Like, they actually go pretty deep into his backstory in territory I did not think they were going to do for a PG-13 movie. And they actually talk about him fucking pushing his grandma down the stairs. It was like, okay, I knew this movie was going to be violent, but I wasn't expecting them to go that far. But I'm surprised in Canada this didn't get 14A. It's PG, and then it's like 14A in the States. I don't know how the fucking shitty rating system works. But Carnage, man, the special effects on him are just so fucking good. All the transformations are amazing. And I already said my complaint. I had so much fun just watching this movie, and I hope you guys too when you watch it. Just don't take it too seriously, because if you do, you're not going to have a good time, and that's why I ended up having a good time. If I took this too seriously, I probably wouldn't have liked it just because of all the comedy, but I didn't, and I had a fucking blast. So everyone, just don't get your hype too up there. But let me know in the comments what you think, which Venom you like better. Me personally, there's aspects of this one that I like better, but overall as a movie, as a film, I think the first one was a bit better, just because the villain, I wouldn't say it was established better, but I feel like Woody wasn't in this enough. I feel like Carlton Drake was in the other one a bit more. But when Woody is in this, he fucking kills it. And it's just, like I said, two completely different movies, two completely different directors. We didn't get much of Venom, oh my god. We didn't get much of Eddie and Venom just, going around and biting people's heads off. It was more of them bonding. And then cut back to Carnage, and then Venom would be doing his own thing. Every time it was Carnage, it was action, which was awesome. But when it showed fucking Venom and Eddie, they were just joking around, which was nice. But, like, I wanted a scene like this from the first one or something. The first one, I had a lot of scenes of Eddie and Venom just fucking people up. But whatever, I'll take what I can get. I had a blast at this movie. And this actually makes me want to watch the first one again. Like, fuck me. These movies were rated R. I think they could develop the characters a bit better because they knew it would be more of an adult audience. And imagine the blood. But they're just, at the end of the day, man, they're fucking gobs of goo. Who cares about the blood? I'm just here to have a good time. And I had a fucking blast.